What do you know about solar?
About solar?
Yeah, and its viability. What do you know about solar?
A lot of things about solar. I think that one of them is, I mean, it's a viable type of energy source, but it's very costly at this point. And there are many things that have to happen in order to drive down the cost of solar energy as a source of energy. Um, the other thing is that its factor is low in terms of the amount of energy that it produces. So we have to find ways of storing the solar energy before it becomes a really viable source of energy in the future. But the sun is there, it's free, and so any way we can use to capture that solar energy and to make it a useful alternative is a direction we want to look at.
Is solar a viable solution for here?
Yes, actually, yes. I've heard reports that Minnesota has nearly the solar energy power, or the number of sunny days, as Arizona does, surprisingly enough. So.
Okay. What about manufacturing? Can we tap into that? Building parts and pieces for different types of solar technology and marketing internationally?
I think we can. Again, though, it's a very costly type of manufacturing, and we have to find ways for mass producing and for there needs to be a greater demand for it before we can drive the costs down. And we have been pushing policy at the state level and at the federal level, actually, to be able to do exactly that, to get projects started. I was in Israel a couple of years ago, and I was surprised that on top of every building there was solar heating of their water system, every single building. The other thing that I've seen are these solar roofing panels, which I think is very innovative and can be much more cost effective. And it's making use of shingles that are solar capturers to be able to generate energy for the facility.
So hopefully this show that it can get more people involved in that process. That's my theory anyways, but the reality is I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, I mean, that's a serious. I think the country has a serious problem in the level of partisanship.
Right.
And everybody just wants to spout their own party line, and heck with reaching a compromise.
I know. So here what we're talking about is, what do you know about solar and solar technology and that type of thing?
Well, I know that there are some buildings that are using the solar technology to heat their facilities, or at least help. I think there needs to be some more scientific advance, because it's questionable whether it's cost effective right now. But if they can improve that, then you're going to see a lot more of it.
Okay. Is solar viable for northern Minnesota?
Well, obviously, if your sun's not shining, you got a problem, and we have other things. You could also go with wind, and there's a big discussion now about the Great Lakes, and are we going to put windmills out on the lake surface where there's a good amount of wind, and you have to worry about environmental problems, but I don't think those are going to be serious.
How do we get manufacturing going up here? How do we get more of that? Because it's an international market. It's not just Duluth. We can market this stuff in other markets.
Well, we have DEED plus. This sounds like something that NRRI would be very interested in, and they can give help to these kinds of companies that might not be able to afford a whole fleet of engineers to design the stuff. So that is one area where the government can help small startup companies with technical
Well, here's the first part of it. What do you know about solar?
Well,
What kind of a question is that? I know lots about solar, and it's an alternative energy that a lot of people are looking at on a person by person and a community level to see if we can do more of that kind of thing, because in over a period of years and a long time from now, it is going to be a cost savings.
Is solar viable for northern Minnesota?
I think it is, in combination with other things.
From a manufacturing, what can the government do, state level, do to help, develop more manufacturing? Because the whole manufacturing is, okay, you can
Well, we
build
can
for
give
here.
incentives to individuals that would use alternative forms of energy, and we can build a tax system that would give incentives on a graduated scale for manufacturing and businesses that are promoting alternative sources of energy.